Hello everybody and welcome to East Garage. Today we're going to be comparing the two turbos that I have. One is a Precision 6766 and one is an eBay T70. So we're going to take a look at a bunch of different specs and compare them. So this is the new turbo that's going on the new project, which is a Mark III GTI Driver's Edition, and this is off the Jetta. The Jetta is now back to stock and being sold, and this is going on the Jetta. GTI, excuse me, sorry about that. So, to start off, the cost of this Precision 6766 brand new is $1,400. And the cost of this eBay T70 turbo is $149. So, starting with the compressor, as you can see, extreme difference in quality. This one is very cheap cast. It's got a bunch of fake spots. I actually had to have a tap welded in so that you could get the pressure and the vacuum on it so that your wastegate knows when to open. This one comes with it already, as I would hope, for $1,400. They both are a 4-inch inlet, and they're both anti-surge, which is nice. But this one's very poor quality, and this one's very nice quality, very tapered off, and the edges are smooth. This one's very rugged, rough, and obviously no time is put into this one because it's $149. So looking at the hot sides, this one has a 2.5-inch V-band, which is very small, especially for a VR6. And this turbo has a 3-inch V-band, which is very nice and will not choke my exhaust like this one previously was. Going on the inducers on the compressor cold side, this one is 67 millimeters and this one is 75 millimeters. 56 millimeters, sorry. The inducer on this one is 56 millimeters. And the inducer on this one is 67 millimeters. 67, 56. So there's a big difference right there just looking at the front. And then the exducers are, let's see, 75 millimeters and 84 millimeters. So we're looking at a 67 millimeter inducer and an 84 millimeter exducer, and a 56 millimeter inducer and a 75 millimeter exducer. They're both they both fit most generic turbo manifolds. This is a T4, this is a T3. Obviously you get as little as possible when you pay $149. This one is a 0.82 AR on the exhaust side and a 0.70 on the cold side. This one is a 1.15 hot side, and this is a 70 AR cold side. They're both journal bearings, and they both spin pretty similar. This one spins a little longer. This one was used for 2,000 miles, and this one was used for 2,000 miles. So, other than the blades not keeping up, this one burns oil, and this one has a little bit of shaft play. And those cuts on the blades are my fault. But I mean, $149, and this one had the correct oil setup. So most people who blow up their eBay turbos, they don't have the correct oil setup. This had the correct oil setup, correct restrictor, and correct drain. And the oil pan, the tap was above the level of the oil so that it would not be too high for it to drain back into the pan. Everything was done correctly to run this turbo, and it has a good amount of shaft play. No in and out, but side to side there's a lot. And I know there's no oil in it, but this one has, I mean, it has a little bit, but this one has much more, and it just doesn't feel solid. They're both oil cooled. There's no water cooled in either of these. And this one's rated to 935 horsepower, and this one is generically rated to 500, which most eBay turbos, they just throw the number 500 on it. But they all say not to run more than 14 pounds on them, and I would not run more than 10 pounds on an eBay turbo. This thing held up very good on 7 pounds. Once I pushed it to 10 pounds is when I started getting issues. So if you're going to run an eBay turbo, definitely follow the precautions. Keep it on low boost. And all I can say is If you have the money, buy this turbo. If you don't have the money, I would say get your setup situated. If you plan on running an eBay turbo, don't plan on running it for long. If you're going to get one that has the same dimensions as your new turbo, so you could just bolt it right over. See, I have to change a bunch of stuff. My downpipe has to get reworked. This is 3 inches, this is 2.5 inches. So looking at a couple different things I gotta change oil setup, because this requires more oil, a little more oil, not much, but that's about it. You get what you pay for. So at the end of the day, this wasn't a terrible turbo, but if you're going for longevity and reliability, this is not your turbo. This is, you know, something you're gonna drive a couple times, you know, and I wouldn't drive it for long periods of time. And I think that's where I messed up, because when I used to just take the car out for, you know, about an hour at a time, the turbo was fine. Didn't burn oil or anything. When I started driving it for long periods of time, like I drove it to New Jersey and back, and it made it on this turbo, and it still ran. I just took it off because I chose I wanted to upgrade, but it did its job when I wasn't running for a long time. So, and on 7 pounds, it was awesome. Had no shaft play when I was on 7 pounds. It's when I moved up to 10 pounds that I had issues. But I would definitely invest in this. The quality in this, it's beautiful. It's a piece of art. And that's about it. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching, guys.